What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is your man Synergy here, and today I actually have something special for you. A Vanguard build, baby Vanguard build, that is, and the new update. So for this weekend, it's going to be the DZ event. 2 times health, 2 time loot, and all the rest of the jazz. It's only going to be available until Sunday. After you kill the bosses for landmarks, or even just heroic bosses like around, you'll be able to get extra loot, as well as the new battle pass. Obviously, I'm not completed, but to talk about this a little bit further, we get the Scorpio. The Scorpio, you get it instantly if you buy it, but at level 30, you actually get the Scorpio that particular way. It has 5 tactical augments. The gun is actually pretty good. I think it's mainly going to be used with healers, since it has, the ability of shooting 7 times and being able to stop people in the tracks. It could be useful for a breacher, and be useful for Vanguard with the right roles, which, going further within this video, I recommend that if you do happen to have a Scorpio and you actually do get these particular roles, Steady Reload and Performer 2, you're all set. Those are some solid roles, regardless if it's firepower, toughness, or engineering. It will save you along the way. But as I stated before earlier, you're gonna have to get tactical augments for the gun in another way, which is through the DZ vendor. So the DZ vendor actually is gonna have one in there, just in case you don't have the money to be able to provide for that. Also too, if you do have money, you could be able to pay for it through encryption coins and so forth. But as I stated before, if you don't really have money or whatever, you can access the tactical augment through the DZ vendor. This is the update. I will provide the link in the description to the Discord on the rest of the details of the update if you're not in the TDR server itself. But again, if you don't have the milkshake is available. But more importantly, the tactical augment. So the tactical augment is going to be available there. It's 10,000. All you literally need to do is to farm DZ, save those DZ chips, dismantle them when you're done, and so be it. And if you're not lucky that particular way, hopefully you get lucky through the tac box in the DZ vendor. So a lot of this detail, there's a lot of detail within the update, and the game itself is still buggy. I'd be a liar to say that it isn't. Even though that they actually announced that they fixed some of the issues, it's still a bit buggy. I still have a bit of problems here and there, but for the most part, I actually have been trying to circle around making different builds with different operators. But I actually enjoy using the Scorpio shotgun. I am a firm believer. I don't like making half-ass builds, even though my baby Vanguard is kind of like that. But the whole purpose of me making this particular video is to talk about what you actually really need for Vanguard if you're trying to main Vanguard. So to get started with it, we're going to talk about building around your protocols, because this is very important. So building around your protocols for Vanguard, if you're going to use Close Quarters Menace, make sure to use the Fury set. Now, you're getting the firepower, but you also want critical hit, chance, and damage. And if it's not chance, especially with Vanguard, you're always critting. So you get that bonus with the Fury, critical hit chance, and critical hit damage, and you run 2 mechanical, because that's the compensation. You get critical hit damage. When I say that you're always crit, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't actually apply the crit hit chance, but with the other compensation you have is either choosing between weapon damage or headshot damage, because you hit harder that way. It's coming from a lot of sources. Obviously, you can correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. I'm always welcome to that. But as far as I tested, it seems like it does the job. So in this particular video, other than Close Quarters Menace, right, we're going to be talking more about building around the protocol, of course, but the compensations of building around the protocol. So if you don't have Close Quarters Menace and you have an OS of the name of Tactical Pisterlo, which is the weapon damage, I know some people think about this differently, but you would want to run Gunny, and if you can't find mechanical enemy, you can run Gunny and Fury. So most people run Gunny and Fury, but for this particular one tactical pistol rule, your compensation needs to be firepower, because Vanguard and Breacher aren't so different. So you need to find Gunny one shot. One shot gives you the headshot damage and it gives you the firepower. It's a good compensation. I've seen some people with those particular builds. I'm going to be testing it out, especially testing Vanguard Recon, because I feel like Vanguard Recon hits harder. But for that basis, you would want to choose that one shot Gunny, and if you can't get Gunny, one shot mechanical. That's just my preference. Obviously, any other Vanguard mains could be able to incite their opinion. It's always welcome. I always welcome, any type of feedback from Vanguard mains when it comes to helping the community, especially new players. Now we talk about weapon critical hit chance damage, and multi-shot damage, right? Because more importantly enough, you need multi-shot damage. So regardless of my roles on the chips, because of course, like, I built it all around, the multi-shot damage and the critical hit damage, not so much a critical hit chance because I already have that, but you always want to look for chips that actually have critical hit damage and multi-shot, whether it be chance or whatever, not skill multi-shot, because I think that's more referring to recon. But make sure that you get those particular chips with those particular roles, and even if you find one with multi-shot and critical hit chance, that's fine too. Just in the future, if you get lucky enough just to switch them out, if you get something similar to those particular roles. But of course, I focused on this build and I wanted to make this particular video because I know that there's a lot of Vanguard mains struggling to make a proper build for them to do damage. You don't always have to do damage with the DB. You can use it with the Scorpion, the KSG. It all necessarily depends. But these are the particular roles. Again, critical hit damage, headshot damage, multi-shot. And if you can't find those, weapon damage will be another compensation. As opposed to the specialist tree itself, right? You're gonna fill it anyways. If you have the battle pass and so forth, you're gonna be able to fill those things anyways. It doesn't necessarily matter. You're gonna go through this tree if you actually are interested in going to Vanguard. So I don't think that this tree is, I wouldn't say it's important, but you're gonna wind up going through it anyways. But as opposed to, my Vanguard build, it does do the damage. I can do elites, I can do DZ, and as much as I actually do enjoy using Vanguard, I'm a breacher main. I'm always gonna choose Bulwark, not because of abusing spikes, of course, because I'm not really too much of a PvP person, but you always want to really focus on the aspect of weapon damage, headshot damage, or critical hit damage, because again, as I stated before, you're already critting. When you're using your ult and so forth, you're already critting, so that you don't necessarily need chance that much. So hopefully that this video actually does help you guys in various ways. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and find this video to be rather useful. I'm sorry that I haven't really uploaded for a while, but if you guys are interested in joining my clan, I'm the leader of it. It's Atlas. We are in NA. We are #1 in our region and number 13. We're on our way up. We're getting more activity and everything. And if you want to be a part of the clan, just be sure to shoot me a message on Discord or in game if you're interested. I just want to say a big shout out to all of you guys within the community. I know that you guys have been sharing love through the game and through Discord, and I strongly, from my heart to yours, appreciate that, because it definitely does mean a lot. I know a lot of people have asked me also too if, like, I stream on Twitch, because a lot of Division Resurgence streamers stream on Twitch or YouTube. I prefer YouTube better because I'm older, but if you are interested, the link will be in the description. Obviously, I haven't streamed on Twitch in a very long time. Probably last year in October would be the last time I actually streamed it. But if you want to follow that, maybe I'll probably might change my mind and stream whichever days or whatever. But I make these guides, I make these updates to be able to help out the community, and it warms my heart to see people get stronger than me or strong enough to carry themselves, man. I just want to see people win. The thing about me, and it comes to looter shooter games like First Descendant and so forth, I always like to see people advance, to not have to struggle so hard, to not have to worry so hard about you know, the grind. Because realistically, if you remove all the tactical arguments and all the other stuff that people claim off quote to pay for, um, it's really not that, you know, it's not that intense of a grind. Remember, when you put a grind into a game, it's all about time. You're really just putting in time. It's just the most important factor. But either way, thank you guys so much for tuning into the video. This is Synergy signing out, and you guys take it easy. Happy weekend. Peace out.